I'm Alex Eisman. We're getting into the 4A semifinal matchups. Okie Blanchard was rocking tonight. Indians fast break. Sammy Shumway, a no-look pass to Mason Dehoff. We had a crazy finish in the Kelly Walsh-Evanston game. Trojans guard Mason Eager hit the game winner with 8 seconds left to put him at 21 points. And guess what, Jackson?
What?
He's just a freshman. Just a few months after Burns Volleyball won their first state title in 30 years, the girls' basketball team went out and added a brand new page to the record books.
Finally getting one over on him, it was a really great moment.
I want to know, what moment during the meet did you guys kind of realize we're going to do it again?
When I was on the bus heading up there.
The Cowgirls were feeling it. Fertig again, the putback on the offensive glass. Back to Ellis on the drive, shot foul, and one. We still had some local action in another sport. As a former swimmer once upon a time, I couldn't be happier to show some love to the guys in the pool. Aaron Gordon dribble drive, Euro fade away, smooth like butter. What a year he's having. Now Ish Smith probing, finds Jokic at the free throw line, and no defense from the Magic. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Max Agbong-Polo, Ethan Anderson, and Jay Kyman all transferred in this year from the Pac-12, but the university released a statement confirming their departure. He locked up the top seed in both the 200 IM and 100 fly. You want to keep an eye on both of these swimmers during the finals tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m.
And Alex, now that I know exactly who to watch for, I'm going to be there earlier, at that 9 a.m. start point on Saturday. So thank you, at least, for giving me a head start on my job.
Of course. I'm glad I could offer some expert advice, I got you. That's the defenseman's 12 scores so far this season. Now in the second period, how about number 13 to follow that up? Cale Makar again, just 3 minutes into the period. Colorado with another power play. Out to Evan Rodriguez, who dishes to JT Compher for the finish in front of the net. 4-0 in favor of the Avs. This is getting ugly. Welcome back, Heather Ezell. She took a leave of absence back in December for the birth of her child, and the Cowgirls were lights out in her return. Allison Fertig is continuing to play out of this world. This is the 5th straight game she's led the team in scoring. Accomplishing this was certainly not what others expected from the Lady Bronx. Entering the state tournament, they were a 4 seed with a losing record, and the only people who believed in their abilities were themselves. The doubt just added fuel to the fire. First drive, Cam Hayes to Drew Jackson, and as Chris Berman would say, whoop! He weaves his way through defenders for about a 40-yard score. Couldn't Natrona answer. Wyatt Powell throws it up. It's a contested ball, and Dom Kazas rips it away from the receiver. Their senior backcourt duo had a large role in the team's success, and with an extra year of eligibility available due to COVID, both decided to return for a 5th year to bring the team to new heights. San Francisco, even though they did lose Deebo Samuel, they still have a ton of offensive weapons, so hate to be that guy, but I'm taking the Niners.
I get it.
Peyton Hall tips the pass, comes up with the loose ball, and is off and running the other way before finding a wide open DeLong on the wing. That drops. Final 30 seconds. Aaron Gordon on the counter. Fast break. Aaron Gordon! Can you believe it? You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. What a finish. Aaron Gordon with the dunk of the year. Cleared for takeoff, no regard for human life. Aaron Gordon slams the door shut on the Phoenix Suns. Well, here at Wyoming News Now, we don't usually concern ourselves with the happenings of the Dallas Mavericks, but what went down in their game last night and what this guy right here was able to pull off was nothing short of historic. But here's where it gets controversial. A 3rd and 8 near the end of the half, Chris Jones appears to get a strip sack to put the Chiefs in good field position, but how about this? It was called roughing the passer. Once the 195ers got out there, East went on a run. Hayden Vandell was the one to get the momentum going for the home team. He scored a pin with just 4 seconds remaining. And the Broncos announced today that they are firing head coach Nathaniel Hackett. Hackett was hired in January following 3 seasons as the offensive coordinator for the Green Bay Packers, and he becomes one of 5 coaches since 1970 to not make it to the end of their first season. Next play, Chavez gets the board, goes cross court to a wide open Mason Branch, who crams it to put the final nail in the coffin. Laramie put on an absolute shooting clinic. They won 73-57. And bring the brooms out, because that, my friends, is a Plainsman sweep. Into the second, Reggie Jackson pushing the pace, finds Jeff Green, and Jeff Green, have mercy. Brady Schlavs finds Fonseca again, and out of the break, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. First off, I praised Zach Wilson the last time we talked about the Jets, but he really has struggled the last couple weeks. Yeah. But more importantly, so the Bills just traded for Nyheim Hines this Tuesday, and I saw on Instagram there was a video of him and Deion Dawkins singing karaoke to "I Write Sins Not Tragedies" by Panic at the Disco.
That's bad.
And I mean,
that's very bad for the Jets.
If you don't think that the Bills are going to win after that, I don't really know what to tell you, to be honest. That's all the time we have for tonight. Be sure to stick around for one last look at weather after the break. Rest up, Wyoming. We'll catch you tomorrow. October 7th, 2022. Cheyenne Central went across town to battle their nemesis Cheyenne East in a game with serious postseason implications. But all the hype, all the fanfare, all the energy, in one moment, disappeared.
I'd like to say a quick prayer, if you can, for Colin Newton, or if you don't, just keep him in your memories. He suffered a pretty rough injury, and we're hoping he has a speedy recovery.
When I saw it happen, I didn't realize it was Colin. I just knew a player. And I started seeing kids get off the pile, and I didn't see number 55. And so I rushed down to the field, and one of the assistant coaches who I've taught with and worked with for 20 years kind of grabbed me and said, "You need to take a second and brace yourself here."
I kind of knew at a certain point what had happened, and my tibia and fibula were out of my skin. And, when you hear about injuries like this, they're the ones on SportsCenter and ESPN, and so I didn't know what the future was going to hold for my leg or my health.
Colin had suffered a double compound fracture to his tibia and fibula, an injury with an estimated recovery time of 9 to 12 months. His season and high school football career at Central came to an abrupt end, but that wasn't even his primary focus.
It challenges you mentally, but, going into physical therapy, waking up every day and stretching and all of that, having to do that stuff is worth it. And even though it's a challenge, waking up every morning and knowing I have to go through some things.
The moment it breaks, you might imagine, is the worst of the pain, but from what I observed, I don't think that's the case. I saw him endure levels of pain, especially late at night, that were just heartbreaking as a parent to be next to him, knowing I couldn't do anything about it.
Even though it's a grueling process each day, Colin's mental fortitude on his road back has proven to be nothing short of inspiring.
I worked hard to get to the point I was the day before my injury, and now I have a new goal in mind. It's to get healthy again, be able to do everything I can again. Running, jogging, jumping, everything like that. Just because life has changed doesn't mean it's going to stay this way. My life has continued on. I didn't stop being myself from that point on. I'm still me, and I didn't really let it define me, and I'm trying to get back to where I was. Better than the left.